So, where I'm at now, and I think we talked a little bit about it, is
Pull that mic a little
yesterday.
closer.
Yesterday is that I'm thinking about there's so much anxiety out there, skittish dogs and whatnot, and I really like to see them happy, just personally, and
For
see
sure.
them motivated and
100%.
engaged. So that's where I'm at. But you asked me a question the other day or yesterday, or whatever, and you asked me, so what was the biggest takeaway? And I thought going into this that it was just going to be all about the dogs.
Yeah.
And it is 10% the dogs, 90% the parents.
Yeah.
So as I'm at this point where I'm at trying to motivate and engage the dogs a little more and learning more about that, I am pretty far away from thinking about what motivates the parents. Please tell me more about that. How do you motivate a parent that's not really interested in putting in much work?
I don't know. I mean, I think we talked about this too. I think that people are motivated or people are not motivated. And I think that there are certain people out there that you're only going to motivate them so much. But this is the constant thing that I feel like I'm trying to get my staff to think about is no matter what, if somebody has hired you, they've already made that first step of accepting they need help and accepting that they have a problem they need solved, right? So we really need to do a better job, I feel like, of tapping into what is that problem they need solved and how do I solve that problem without overwhelming them with other things, right? And I feel like that person should be motivated to solve that problem. From there, it's just going to, they should be, right? I think from there, it's going to come down to how do we, are they going to be overwhelmed by the solution then, right? And if they're going to be overwhelmed by the solution, how do I break that solution down in a way where it's easier for them, right? So I think that's a lot of it is analyze the actual problem, come up with a solution, and figure out how do I need to break that solution down for them in a way that they're actually going to be continuously motivated to do still, right? This is a total sidebar kind of analogy here, but I love, I'm a big into like personal finance and stuff, and I'm a big Dave Ramsey fan, whatever. And Dave Ramsey's got these 7 baby steps of like how to achieve financial freedom that he teaches his clients, right? And one of them is his debt snowball, right? Where it's, list your debts smallest to largest, pay them off in order of that, not order of interest rate. And his big thing and reason for doing that is people need little wins, right? So as opposed to it being a math game in that case of, okay, cool, if I pay off the highest interest rate first, maybe I'll save myself $2,000 or $3,000 in total payments. It's that constant success of, bam, that $50 little fucking debt that I had over here, it's gone. That $100 one here is gone, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, so that they stay motivated to stay on the path, right? So correlating that to dog training here now, weird analogy, whatever.
No, it makes sense.
It works.
Yeah. So correlating that to dog training here, if I have a solution for somebody and it's 7 steps long and I just explain all of them as one step, and that whole system is going to take them a fucking year to do before they see that full success, that defined success of the dog is finished with these things, they're going to get bored along the way, right? So I need to give them the little wins. And one thing I try to do at the end of my sessions, especially if I'm working with a dog where it's like, this is going to be a long road, right? You got a lot of work to do. I will outline clearly, listen, I don't give a shit what the dog does as far as all of these other things. The only thing that I want to see this week that I will consider a win is this or this or this, right? Forget all the other things. Don't worry about them. As long as you see this, that's a win, right? And that could be something as simple as, I had a client the other day. Their dog goes bananas when people come into the house, jumps all over them, this, that, right? Okay, well, what's end goal? End goal is I would like for the dog to be able to not bark at the door, go to their bed, hold the bed, have the person come in, and have them hold it for 15 to 20 minutes, right? For this dog, that's going to take a while before the dog gets there, right? So what did I make my criteria initially? The only thing I give a shit about is that the dog doesn't jump on the people, right? Here's how you're going to accomplish that.
Step 1.
Don't worry about bed. Don't worry about down. Don't worry about come. Don't worry about the barking even. All I care about is the dog keeps 4 paws on the floor. And this is how you're going to do that. And it's going to be very simple to do. And I want you to do that for a week, right? That is success, right? So once we have that accomplished and they're like, wow, that one thing, we got it accomplished. It worked, right? Cool. Next step may be just no barking at the door and no jumping, right? Once we've had some success of that and we're able to check the box, now we're going to do getting the dog under the bed, but we're going to do it on the leash so that the dog doesn't have the ability to run off. Boom, check. Once we have that accomplished, then we'll work on recalling the bed or to the bed and having them hold it, right? So you could break down each solution into as many steps as possible so that the owner can see the little progress along the way. You know? And I think that's really important. I think that's something people don't look at. They just look at big picture. This is what we want the dog to do, and we're going to get the dog to that point, and this is how you're going to do it. But for some people, not all, some people it's fine if you just tell them that and they do it, and it's no problem. But for some people, that's too much. It's too overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
So you can create motivation by breaking it down in a way where it's going to solve their problem, but it's easier for them to do in the long run.